stage lights fade, the music stops, and suddenly, he's gone. Not disappeared, but reborn. Wang Yibo is no longer just the idol you admire. He's stepping into something far more dangerous. A racing suit, a roaring engine, and a track that doesn't forgive mistakes. But the real question is the world ready to see him like this? There are moments in a celebrity's life when everything changes in silence. No grand announcement, no dramatic countdown, just one piece of news that hits like a storm. And this time, that storm carries the name Wang Yibo. For years, he has lived in the spotlight, a performer who commands stages, a face that dominates screens, a presence that fans across the world can't ignore. But beneath the polished image, there's always been another side, a quieter passion, a hidden fire. Speed, not the metaphorical kind, but the kind that echoes through engines, that vibrates through the ground, that demands absolute focus or takes everything away. And now, that passion is no longer hidden, because in a move that no one can ignore, Wang Yibo is officially stepping into the competitive world of professional racing, joining the prestigious China GT Championship 2026 season. But here's where it gets even more intense. He's not doing this alone. Standing beside him is Melvin Moh, a name already respected in the racing world. Two individuals, two different journeys. Now, one shared mission. And just like that, this is no longer just a celebrity story. This is a collision of worlds. Every race has a starting point. And for this story, it begins at a place that holds both history and pressure. The legendary Shanghai International Circuit, a track known not just for its design, but for its unforgiving nature. Sharp turns that test precision, long straights that tempt danger, and an atmosphere that can break even the most experienced drivers. Mark the dates, April 18th to 19th. Because that's when the first round of the China GT Championship 2026 will ignite. And somewhere on that track, a car carrying the number 85 will line up at the grid. Inside that car, a man the world thought they already understood. But do they really? Because what fans are about to witness is not a performance. There are no scripts here, no second takes, no carefully edited scenes, just raw reality, speed measured in milliseconds, decisions made in fractions of a second, and consequences that are very, very real. Under the banner of Uno Racing Team, this isn't a symbolic participation. This is commitment. This is preparation. This is stepping into a world where fame means nothing, and only skill speaks. And suddenly, the excitement feels different. Because this isn't just about cheering anymore. It's about holding your breath. But here's the part no one talks about enough. The weight of expectation. When you're someone like Wang Yibo, every move is watched. Every decision is questioned. Every outcome amplified. In the entertainment world, pressure creates stars. But in racing, pressure creates risk. And risk can change everything. Fans are divided between excitement and fear. Excitement, because they get to see a new side of him. A stronger, bolder, more daring version. Fear, because this world is unpredictable. Because no matter how much you prepare, a single moment can rewrite the entire story. Yet despite all that, there's something undeniable about this decision. It feels real, not manufactured, not for headlines, but deeply personal, a dream that refused to stay in the shadows. And standing beside him, Melvin Moh becomes more than just a teammate. He becomes balance, experience meeting ambition, calm meeting intensity. Together, they represent something rare, a partnership that could either rise beyond expectations or be tested in ways no one can predict. And that uncertainty, that's exactly what makes this story impossible to ignore. As the countdown to race day continues, the atmosphere begins to shift. Fans aren't just waiting anymore. They're watching closely, analyzing every detail, every training clip, every update, no matter how small. Because this moment feels different. This isn't just another schedule announcement. This is a turning point. The transformation of Wang Yibo from someone who performs under lights to someone who races under pressure. And the difference? Out here, there is no applause mid-performance, only silence until the finish line is crossed. And when that moment comes, it won't just define the race, it will define perception. Was this a bold evolution or a risk too great to take? But maybe that's exactly why he chose this path. Because growth never happens in comfort. Because legends are not made by staying safe. And maybe, just maybe, this is where a completely new chapter begins. Not as an idol, not as an actor, but as a competitor. And now, everything leads to that one moment. Engines roaring, lights flashing, hearts racing, both on and off the track. The car number 85 waits, not just as a machine, but as a symbol of courage, a symbol of stepping beyond expectations. And when Wang Yibo finally takes his position, there will be no turning back, only forward, only speed, only the unknown. Beside him, Melvin Moh shares that same moment, a silent understanding between two drivers, that once the race begins, everything else disappears. So what happens next? Will this be the moment that redefines him forever? Or just the beginning of a journey that will demand even more? One thing is certain, Shanghai will witness it all. And somewhere between the roar of engines and the blur of motion, a new story will be written, not on a script, but on the track. So tell me, when the lights go out, will you be watching with excitement or holding your breath in fear of what might happen next?